I said, I'm not going to talk about my first kill. I'll talk to you about my 5th kill, my 7th kill, my 50th kill. But I'm not talking about the first one. Ever. You don't want to know what it's like. And you don't want to know what you're feeling that day. It's something you don't. I will say this much, is after I did it, and I know with everything in my brain, not my heart, my mind, I made the right decision. But by me killing that man, I saved the lives of 10 men. By me killing this man. But it was me that went up there. Me. And oh no, it wasn't a rifle. I'll say this, it wasn't a rifle 1,000 yards away or 100 yards away where it was like back and forth. This was up close and personal. This was up close and personal, and I took care of business, and by my actions I saved the lives of probably 10 men to this day. And you know what the ironic thing about it? Those 10 men I saved, out of those 10 men, because of this dumb war, 8 of which are still alive. So then I find myself with the quadrant as the man that I say, would it have been better for me to let all 10 die? And no, it would not have been. But the thing is I went to that church and I asked, I was mentally messed up. Because it's not the killing from 1,000 yards that hurts you. It's up close and personal. See, killing at 1,000 yards when you're in the armed forces, when you got 20 other people shooting, you could always say, well, I didn't hit them, somebody else did. But when it's up close and personal, and you've got that gun, and you've got to point it right up to their head, and you pull the trigger and you watch their blood hit the entire wall, and it comes that fast because you know that if you didn't do it, this man would have blown himself up and killed 10 other people. I was very close to dying that day too, and it was a semi-reaction. I grabbed his switch and I blasted him. I probably could have taken him alive. You know why I didn't take him alive? The truth? Yeah, the truth. Because I viewed him as an animal. I viewed him as a scumbag. A lower being to life. I wanted nothing to do with this person other than to kill him. And see, when you get up to 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20, 50, you become numb to it. You don't care. It almost becomes like a video game where you just don't care. But see, that first one, that's why it's really the first two, but that first one, you reflect on that one because you know that man had a mother, or that person had a mother, they had a father, they had family, and you took that all away in an instant. And you took it away because it was the right thing to do. Because this man was intending to do you harm. And by your actions you saved men's lives. But then here's the challenge. Here's the double-edged blade of the sword. Is you go find that man's mother. And you try to explain it to her. And I guarantee you, she'll kill you. She'll find every power in her way. If she had the opportunity, she'd blow your head off. 99% of the time. And over in those countries, that's what you deal with. It's a lacking thing. And a lot of those countries, family is very important. Seems like over here in the U.S., it's not so important anymore. What do I know? I'm a stupid, discharged loser who works at a soup kitchen. See, Sharon, until you do that one deed, and until you, and it's not killing at 100 yards or 100 feet, no. That's not what hurts you. It's when you get up and close and personal, that's when it hurts. And that's when you go into God, Allah, whatever you believe in, and seek redemption. You seek redemption because you just took this man's whole life away. You took away birthdays. You took away everything. Of course, he was going to kill, in my situation, he was going to kill himself anyway. See, as a soldier, you got to deal with that. Because it's you or them. And it creates an environment that's you or them. You get to a point where you just don't care. You just want to kill everything and anything to defend your people. And that's the soldier. That's how they train. And it gets that way. And the ironic thing is, this is human nature. In collections, you view everybody as a deadbeat. Nobody pays their bills, and they oh, she was nice, but then there was one person out of 30,000 people who are deadbeats. Police officers, they have the highest divorce rate in the country. The reason why they have the highest divorce rates is they think everybody's scum, because they deal with scum all day long. Human nature. So that kind of gives you an idea of the relationship of Sharon and how the thing that brought her close. And Sharon makes a confession, which I'm not going to reveal on that. Well, it was pretty hard to figure out, but I think it's pretty wickedly interesting on that. But see, it kind of gives you an idea of what I'm focusing on. But see, I'm hoping you can grasp the story, get an idea of my project that I'm working on. It's going back home, and and I'm actually trying with as far as music goes, I'm trying to focus in on music outside, like old music, but also like free music, especially like an Amazon or just stuff that I know I probably could get rights to in music. I believe I can do this film. I believe this can be done. I think I've got a list of characters. I've got a plot line that I think can work. Even opens it up to a sequel. And just kind of gives you an idea and a perspective things. But it's just it's thing here. But it's not just that. But also the plot line. And then I've focused the hard stuff with the girl, the Sharon here, but there. I will say something like the Major. So, I will focus on something like with the conversation with the Major and the Captain. And I'm kind of jumping around here, but it's like this. It's like, Captain, yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. We'll make it. I'm still going to discipline you, Captain. You wouldn't be a major if you didn't, Lieutenant. You wouldn't be a major, sir. Thank you for disobeying orders. We'll get there alive. I gotta get you back. And then later on, the conversation went, Major? When the captain said he's being brought up on charges for insubordination and possible thing, he gets arrested actually by visiting the Major. Major's like, he's like, MP show up, Captain B, you need to come with us, sir. You're under arrest for insubordination. He looks at Major. Major? Major looks at him and says, we're Marines, soldier. You were out of line. Major, permission to speak freely. Denied. You've been arrested. And the captain salutes the Major and goes off with the MPs to sit in his jail cell for his attorney. And then the leadership provides the deal for the dischargement. I've got this all kind of started picture. It's just putting it together, but it gives you that perspective, which I think this is a really good direction and a really good feel of the whole thing. And I think that and it really goes in. It kind of sheds on like what happened in Iraq, I guess, and there's going to be a couple of shots that will be there, Iraq, Afghanistan, but also there'll be a couple of shots where it's in San Francisco, it's in Alameda, even out here, and other places, Santa Cruz, maybe even Los Angeles, but also Elk Grove, just different cities, possibly even Reno. I'm thinking about that, working that in. But I think it's a good plot line, and I think it's a good story. Where the basic plot line is that there's a man who does the right thing because it is the right thing, but the powers to be take that away from him, and he doesn't seek revenge, but he tries to seek out the message that he's still doing the right thing, but the only way to do the right thing, especially against the powers to be, is essentially to try to beat them at their own game. But he finds it's a lot harder than what he is, so then he has to revert back to his Marine training on that. And he was especially, which you're talking about a vet who joined the forces when he was 24 as junior grade lieutenant when he graduated, and then he's been out there for about 12 years. He's like 38, 40, and he's been out there for a while, and he's seen a lot. And he's in his kid, when he grew up, he was bullied, and that's why I think that also this film could work, because he was bullied, and he felt that the Marines could teach him not to be bullied anymore, and they did that. But then what he didn't do is he knew how to deal with the physical bullies, but what he didn't know is how to deal with the leadership bullies, where to those people that this is a game to them. This isn't real. But anyway, this is Dinosa. I mean, hopefully this project can kind of flourish in. I think it's a neat idea. But we'll just kind of see how it plays out. Anyway, I hope everything's going well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.